Welcome back to the channel. It's Thanksgiving, so I'm making this video real quick, just to get this out here because this topic has been roaming around me for a while, bro. I've talked about this quite a bit in other places on live stream, but I haven't made a dedicated video on it, and that's the Kotor situation. So I'm a Kotor fan, BioWare fan. BioWare made Kotor. It was amazing. Peak game, one of the best Star Wars games ever created. We all know that. Sony was getting a remake. Sony was funding a remake for KOTOR. Fine. That was fine. I was like, okay, it's going to be timed exclusive to PlayStation. We're going to get it later. That's fine. Now that remake is kind of in a hole. Sony's supposedly pulling funding for it. Embracer Groups is not talking about it. It might just be scuffed. They might have just tarnished the whole KOTOR name. The remake is gone. And for some reason, the internet and Xbox's community of fans are calling for Phil and Xbox to save Sony's KOTOR. Why the fuck would Xbox go in there and save KOTOR, bro? What sense does that make for Microsoft and Xbox to spend their money to save PlayStation's KOTOR? Xbox already has KOTOR. Two of them, actually. The only people that don't have KOTOR is PlayStation. So if PlayStation's want a KOTOR and they want a remake of KOTOR, PlayStation needs to fund that hoe. Why the fuck would PlayStation want KOTOR? They could have it. They pulled funding because it wasn't going the way they wanted it to. Now KOTOR might be dead. And Xbox fans want Xbox to save PlayStation's KOTOR? What does Xbox get out of it? They spend their money. They might get a good game. They might get a bad one. We don't know what fucking direction KOTOR was going in because we haven't seen that bitch. And then PlayStation still gets the fucking game because why? Lucasfilms owns the IP. Nigga, like that means Xbox fans are out here screaming Microsoft should save KOTOR. For what reason? Microsoft gets nothing out of it. And if the game's bad, the same game Sony would have paid for that was going to be bad is going to be an Xbox game bad now. And you know what the critics are going to do with Xbox when that game comes out and it's not fucking good. Microsoft funded it now, but that was PlayStation's vision of KOTOR. And Microsoft goes in there to help them finish it by fitting the bill. That doesn't make sense, bro. That doesn't make sense. Sony wanted KOTOR, bro. Xbox has two of them. BioWare made the first one. Phenomenal game. The best Star Wars game to ever launch. Obsidian made the next one. A really good fucking second sequel to that game. That's fine. I have both of them bitches on my Series X. I've played them bitches on the channel. Sony has no KOTOR. So if Sony wants KOTOR, Sony has to pay for it. Why the hell will we be calling for Xbox to do it? I've seen so many videos. Like Xbox should go in there. Like Phil, you should get KOTOR. For what? Xbox has nothing to prove with KOTOR. They already got two of them. And they're great. Yeah, they're old. Xbox doesn't need a remake. Why the fuck would they need one? They give you the backwards compatible version and it's running better. Why the fuck would they need the remake for? The only person that needs the remake is Sony. And if Xbox pays for it, Lucasfilm still gives that game to PlayStation. Because that was going to be the plan the whole time. PlayStation was going to get the remake of KOTOR. They never had KOTOR before. This is going to be the first time KOTOR hits their platform. They get that bitch for a year and then it comes to Xbox. So why the fuck would Microsoft put themselves in that situation of still having to give PlayStation that game? And they paid for it. And it's going to be because Lucasfilm said so. They have no power in that situation. It doesn't make sense for Xbox fans to be calling for them to save KOTOR. For what reason? Besides, you just want to play KOTOR again. Which is, I mean, I understand. I wanted to play KOTOR again too. But on Sony's bill, if PlayStation was getting KOTOR remade because they don't have the game, I wanted to see what the fuck Sony does with it. And if Sony said, okay, we're not doing KOTOR, that's fine. We don't get fucking KOTOR. I'm not about to expect Xbox to go in there, get a KOTOR remade, just so PlayStation can get the KOTOR game they always wanted. That doesn't make fucking sense. That don't make no sense at all. And who knows what the fucking Embracer Group is doing with this fucking IP, bro. Because those are the ones who have to make the game. It's not like Xbox can go in there, get the IP from fucking Embracer Group, and just give it to somebody else. It doesn't work like that. Lucasfilms gave that motherfucker to Embracer. Embracer's gonna do whatever the fuck they want with it. They just need funding from somebody. And then they're gonna sell it to everybody. No, Microsoft don't need to touch that shit. Just sit back and let Sony figure it the fuck out. Cause why? Sony marketed KOTOR's remake early as hell, knowing the game wasn't ready. Sony the one put all those trailers up. Sony fans is the one hyped the fuck up KOTOR remake like it was gonna be this big, extravagant, spectacular banger of a hit that Sony always makes. Now Sony's fumbling the bag. They screwing the pooch with KOTOR's name. Why the fuck would Xbox go save them from that? The media gotta stand on business. When Xbox canceled Scalebound because Platinum was fucking up, they crucified Xbox. Is Sony gonna get crucified for screwing up KOTOR? Let me know down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.